Please subscribe math.com and don't forget to hit the bell icon for new video notification.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a very important concept of slope of a line in maths that we came across, and mostly we just go with the definition and the formula, and we don't have the proper concept of slope, that what is actually the slope is. So today I am going to explain you about the different properties of a slope, and at the end of this lecture you will be able to tell anyone that what is slope and how you can find the slope if you will be asked. So we don't get confused about these three diagrams. These three diagrams will be used at the end of this lecture when you will have the concept of the slope, that how to find the slope. We have these three diagrams and you will be asked at the end of this lecture to find the slope of these three different diagrams. So how you will find, we will see it later. So before that, why I have drawn this before, because so that you will understand the whole lecture, and then at the end you will be able to find out the slope, and then you will say yes, now I am now it's easier for me to tell what is the slope of the line. So keep this in mind. We are going to discuss about the slope of a straight line today, not of the curve. So keep this in mind, don't get confused about it. It is the slope of the straight line. So let's start with the properties, or some terms mostly used about it in at different places, and people define it according to their way in which they actually understand it. So first of all, we will see the easiest definition that you can have about the slope is measure of steepness is termed as a slope. This is the easiest and the simplest definition you will find across the internet. According to this definition, it means you have to measure that how steep the line of which slope you are going to found is. So that will be the slope of a line. So the meaning of steepness here is how much your given line is near to be perpendicular or vertical. So then accordingly you will measure the slope. Next thing that we also came across about the slope is surface whose one end is higher than the other. It is not the definition of slope, but it is the property of the slope, that only that surface will have slope whose one end will be higher than the other. It means it could be like this, it could be like this, it could be like this. So it means one surface is higher than the other. So this is the property of the line, or of the line whose slope we are talking about. So this is one of the property. Another thing that is that needs to be discussed here is slope is basically a property of a straight line, but keeping in mind the second property, that is that straight line should have the property that its one end is higher than the other. Then you can say that the given straight line has a slope. So slope is basically a property of a straight line, and that straight line must have one point higher than the other. So these are the important points that needs to be discussed, or we may came across at various places, so you can have the concept about it. So let's have the formula of the slope, so that you can easily find the slope, or you should know how you can find the slope. So the formula of slope is ratio of rise to run. Now ratio of rise to run, what does it mean? You will came across multiple places this definition of the, or this formula of the slope, that ratio of rise to run. It means if I it will not be wrong if I write it here as slope is equals to, so rise basically refers to change in the value in the y direction, and run refers to the change in value in the x direction. So this is basically the meaning of rise or run. Change in y means the means the change of the value in the on the y axis, or on the vertical axis, or vertically how the value is changing, and change in x is how the value is changing horizontally. So you can also write it as del y over delta x or you can also say that y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is basically the formula of slope that you have to use in order to find the slope of a straight line. So one thing that you have to keep in your mind, that how slope is represented. Slope is basically represented by the letter m. So I'll write here slope is equals to m is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So this is the formula of slope. So wherever you will see the letter m, you should have in your mind that it is basically the slope of which we are talking about. So another important thing that you should know about the slope of a line is, if the line is less steep, then the slope will be smaller, and if the line is more steep, the slope is larger. How? Let's see. If I say one line is like this and one line is like this, so how you will, if I asked you the slope of which line, like if this line or this line, the slope of which line is larger as compared to the other, then how you will decide it? You will decide it on the basis of its steepness. Steepness mean how close it is to the to be a perpendicular or to be vertical. So we can say that the second one is more steep as compared to the first one. It means this one is more steep as compared to the first one because of its closeness to the perpendicular. So we can say that it's as it is more steep, so its slope is larger, and the other diagram has the line that is less steep, so the slope is smaller. So we can say that this the second diagram has more slope as compared to the first one. So this is another property. Now one more thing that you have to keep in your mind is, slope is also defined by in terms of theta, as it makes an angle with the base. As if I write its formula here, that is very important to know that it can also be defined in such a way as m is equals to tan theta. Now why tan theta? Now it is clear that you have to keep in mind the change in y and change in x. If I take this diagram, this one, here we have a change in x here and change in y here. So the change in x is basically the base and change in y is basically the perpendicular. So if I write here by looking at this diagram, you can say that tan theta is equals to perpendicular over base, as we know it from the trigonometric ratios that tan theta is equals to perpendicular over base. So we can also say that, so we can also define the slope in this way as m is equals to tan theta. If you are given with the angle and you will be asked to find the slope, you can easily use this formula as well. So that's all about the concept of slope, and let's start finding the slope of these three diagrams that we have decided at the start of this lecture, that we will find the slope of these three diagrams one by one after understanding its concept. So first of all, we will move towards the diagram number 1. If I label it as this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Let's see what is the slope of these. So we can find the slope of this line easily by using the formula as del y over del x, and if I write here as del y over del x, and the value of what will be the value of y, as the y is changing, we can take any value of y and any value of x here, as the slope of all the points on this line will be same. Keep this in mind, that the slope of all the points on this line will be same, whatever the point you will take. So for example, if I say y2 is 5 and y1 is 4, and what will be the x? X is 4, x2 is 4, and x1 is 3. What we will get is 1. This is the slope of this line, that is this ladder that we have shown here, that the ladder is against a wall and we have to find the slope of this ladder. So we can take any point of the of its x-axis from the x-axis and the y-axis of within the of the on this line, and we can find the slope. Now if you are given with the ladder, that ladder is in this direction, that is parallel to the x-axis. As it is parallel to the x-axis, it means that x is changing but y is not changing. Then what you will see, what you will say, that x is changing but y is constant. So if the y is constant, it means that we have as there is no change in y, so it will be 0. So y is 0 but x is changing, so we can say that x2 minus x1. But in this case the slope will be then 0, because this ladder is lying straight on the ground and it is not in not making any angle with the wall, and it is and there is no steepness in the ladder, or you can say in the line. So there should be some steepness, and this line is straight with all the points at same level. As we have we have also seen the property that surface should have one point higher than the other for the slope. So it is equals to 0, it has 0 slope. Then we move towards the picture number 3. Here we have the ladder that is standing straight besides the wall, and it's clear here that its y is changing but its x is constant. So here we have y is changing. So if I write here y2 minus y1, it will be fine. But when we move towards the x-axis, it is not changing. So we have the same x here. So if we do x2 minus x1, it will be 1 minus 1 or 2 minus 2, depends on the value of x. So we will get 0 in the denominator. So when we will get 0 in the denominator, we have the condition that that's what we call undefined. So the slope will be undefined. So in this case we have slope as undefined. So we have got the 3 cases where we have seen that at one case we have the slope that is having some value. In the first case, in the first diagram, we have some slope. In the second case we have 0 slope, and in the third case we have a slope that is undefined, that is indefinite, that is indefinite, that is unlimited, that is, it means it is too much steep that we cannot identify the slope here. So that's all from today's lecture. Thank you.